Legends, welcome to the Gym Boss podcast. And this is actually the very first podcast for the year. So, welcome. I hope you all had an amazing New Year's. And, am I still live? Yes, I am. Sorry. This. And, look, I know it's been a bit of a weird 2021, and I don't want this is not before I even get into this is not one of those podcasts where it's like, hey, this is how you set goals and this is where whatever. There's a million and one of those already, and I'm sure by any means you've got some variation of how you're going to set goals and how you're going to achieve them through the year. This is a bit of a reflective, introspective thing for me over the past 12 months or even more, is having a little bit of downtime in the fitness industry over Christmas period. So that's our quiet period for no matter where you are in the world for the fitness industry. And it made me reflect back on my time and what I've been doing. And stress is a big thing in business, right? Because there's always goals, there's always targets, there's benchmarks, there's KPIs, there's things that you're striving to achieve, and everything is measured and everything is about trying to hit that next goal. But and even in my personal life, I had a lot of things like that with like financial stuff, with like my health and fitness, and like everything was tracked, everything was measured, and I wasn't having any fun. Like, to be honest, I wasn't having any fun. I was hardly catching up with any friends, hardly catching up with any family. It was just wake up, work, do what needs to happen through the day, and then rinse and repeat. And that is great. It's getting disciplined. I'm all about that, discipline and stuff like that. But there needs to be some fun along the way, or otherwise you're just going to be this disciplined person that's fucking miserable. And that's what ended up happening to me certain times throughout the year. And I wondered why I'd have these periods where I would go through and I would work, and then like almost like clockwork, like every 10 to 12 weeks, boom, I'd have this peak amount of stress, and I just didn't know what was going on. And I found out it was because after looking back on the cycles and what's been happening, it was because I just wasn't enjoying myself anywhere at all along the way. And finding hobbies, things that are outside of work, things that are outside of gym. Like, yes, if you own a gym, fitness might be a hobby for you, but it's so closely related to work. It needs to be something different as well. Whether it's going for a walk each morning along the beach, or if it's like reading a book, or playing a sport, or playing an instrument. So for me, it's playing guitar. I have this great guitar, I have this great setup at home, and I never played it. And so over the Christmas break, I played it, and I was just like, I love this because I'm just doing it for the love of it. It's not because I'm trying to produce music and get it out there and like have dates and deadlines to write things and launch it and try and monetize it. It's just doing it for the sheer pure enjoyment and pure love of it. And that was a massive light bulb moment for me, where I was just like, look, the last say 2 years I've had almost none of that, because it's just been like hustle, grind, get on it, like grow. And don't get me wrong, business has gone great. But what's the point of having a great business if you're not enjoying life? If you're like got anxiety, you got stress, bouts of depression creeping in, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate. So for me, it's like, okay, I want to have more one-on-one time with my family, with my kids. So like one-to-one with each of them, and more time just to myself, doing things that I enjoy, like playing the guitar, and also catching up. Number 3 is catching up with more family and friends, and doing things that are for just pure enjoyment and for pure fun, because we're not designed to be just all work and no play. It needs to be a little bit of that. Like, sure, don't have it to the point where all you're doing is just playing and not getting to work and getting what needs to be done. But there's the diminishing returns on the effort and stuff that you put in. So if you are, working, and you're doing 12-hour days, maybe you don't need to do 12-hour days every day, or 5 days a week, 6 days a week, and then have fun on the 7th day. But I wasn't even doing that. it was just almost work every day. And so now it's not about finding balance. It's just because balance is a fallacy. Sure, work is going to still take up majority of what I do, and I'm sure the same thing for you. I don't know your situation, but everyone's a little bit different. But in the fitness industry, if you're listening to this, then everyone is very similar with the early mornings, the late nights, doing everything else like long days. But plan ahead for just fun. Block it out of your calendar. That would be my tactical advice. Is like, oh, this is great. How do you do it? Well, you just, at the start of the week, go, cool. Okay, every Thursday morning, I'm not going to coach any sessions or whatever your situation may be, and I'm just going to go surfing if you love that, or I'm just going to go and have coffee with the boys, or I'm just going to spend time with the kids in the morning, and I'm going to do the breakfast with them, and I'm going to take them down to the beach before school. Whatever your thing is, but block it out, and that's going to be a lot of my calendar. Is going to be blocked out with various times throughout the week for family, for fun stuff like hobbies, like my guitar, and then friends. Family, fun, friends. There you go. Just a bit of alliteration for you. The 3 F's: family, fun, and friends. So if you can book that stuff in, because yes, I'm almost can guarantee that everybody else listening to this has got work scheduled in, your financial stuff scheduled in, you've got all this other stuff scheduled in. But don't forget the other 3 F's: the family, the fun, and the friends. Because you don't want to get to the end of the year and just be like, well, what did I do this year? Yeah, my business grew, but I was fucking miserable. Like, enjoyment and fun and are key parts of being human. So we don't want to deprive ourselves of that too much. Yes, there are times for push, sprinting, getting the shit done, getting work done. I'm all about it. But don't forget to have some fun along the way. Anyways, that's my first one, and I wanted to launch that, and that's going to be part of what I do for the year for myself personally, and part of the stuff that I'm going to encourage for everybody that I speak to, not just clients, but for everybody that I speak to, is to have more fun. Because the last 2 years has taught us anything, that life can change and it can be weird and can go all sorts of different directions. So no matter which way you're doing it, whichever way the cards unfold for you, still trying to have fun along the way with the basic stuff of like things that fill you up, regardless of what's going on around you. Anyways, that's me done for today. I really appreciate you all, for every single person that listens in. Like, from the bottom of my heart, I'm super grateful for each and every single one of you, for the comments and responses that I get. And I just, I do this not because of anything else, but because I really just like to do the podcasting. And this is something that I'm going to do a bit more regularly because I really like it. Do I get much from it as a business return? Not really. Not really. It's really cool though. I get to meet other gym owners. I get to meet other people in business, and that stuff is fun for me. So this is part of the fun stuff for work for me. And sure, tactically, this does help. It's for a bit of branding, positioning, and authority as well, which is not my key thing that I'm all about. But it's nice to have. But it's not a core part of the business. It's more or less. This is more of a fun thing for me because I prefer to talk versus typing. So this is my way of getting information out, and I really enjoy it. So I'm going to do more of it this year. And if you do enjoy it as well, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do making it for you. Till next time, guys, this is Jimmy. Peace. And I didn't plug any of my stuff because I didn't want to. I didn't want to plug any of my stuff now. But you guys by now should know where to find me if you need to. And I wish you all the best for a killer January and first quarter of the year. See you on the next one, legends. Peace.